Welcome back, everyone. The iPhone SE, the first generation from 2017, or 2016, actually ended up getting iOS 15, which is so beautiful. So let's go and see how this phone holds up on iOS 15 officially. Now, I'm going to tell you, I installed, I think, almost every single beta on this phone on iOS 15, but I only talked about it, I think, one time. And this phone actually surprisingly held up extremely well on iOS 15. I was not expecting this phone to do this good, and I think it's probably one of the more surprising phones I installed this version on. It still doesn't mean you should, fully install it yet, but I think it's been a pretty good ride. Now, iOS 15 was, I think, like a 4 gigabyte update on the iPhone SE as a whole. I did screenshot, I think, the first time I installed it, so do keep that in mind. If you have, an iPhone SE, make sure you have a couple of gigabytes saved. Now, FaceTime actually got a couple improvements, so now we actually have the ability of, spatial audio and grid mode, which I don't think is supported on the iPhone SE, at least grid mode might be, but we have the ability of sending links out via FaceTime to people outside of iOS. So if you have a friend or somebody who has an Android, well, you can have them link to a specific FaceTime call, and I think that's really awesome. They're opening it up, and I think that's the first step to maybe even getting iMessage installed on Androids or something, who knows. Now, another cool thing is live text. Unfortunately, we don't have it on the iPhone SE, but we do have focus mode, which is really awesome. So if you swipe up from the bottom, Do Not Disturb has been essentially rerouted to, focus mode. So you still have the standard Do Not Disturb option, but now you can create different buckets of different, categories of apps that you want to be notified of and not. So here you can have personal apps, work apps, or sleep apps. So if you have your personal thing up, it'll notify you of personal apps that you have set up, but it won't notify you of work or sleep apps unless you want it to. So I think that's awesome. I'm probably never going to use it, but it is a cool feature that they put in. Now, another awesome feature is actually having the ability of being notified with Find My, even if your iPhone is fully powered off or if the battery is dead. So essentially before, if your iPhone was lost or something and if it was completely dead, then you wouldn't be able to find it. But now you actually have that capability, which is really awesome. And another really awesome thing that I'm really happy about is within settings. So now you have the ability of creating a full backup of your iPhone if you're transferring or resetting your iPhone for 30 days. So if you click on general, you go into transfer or new iPhone, whatever, you can go ahead and click on this first option, which will basically allow you to essentially prepare for a new iPhone. So it'll go ahead and allow you to back up everything on your iPhone to iCloud for 30 days. So I think that's awesome. I'm going to do it probably every 30 days, and that's something I'm really looking forward to. Now, some other things, we now have drag and drop system wide. So just like on iPads, we now have drag and drop on our specific iPhones as well. So I've been using this example if we go into Apple's website, and if we just kind of hold down on whatever. So if we hold down on like this text, maybe this will work. You can see I'm dragging and dropping that specific thing, whatever that was. So now what we can do is we can go ahead and just kind of click out of here, and we can go ahead and go into like notes, for example. I've been using notes for a little bit, so we can go and click on notes. It may bring me to a pop-up. I'll go and click continue, and then we can go ahead and create a new note right here, and we can just drag this specific thing right there, and it'll go ahead and add that link there. So that's awesome. I'm in love with it, and I can't wait for them to go ahead and improve on it. We also have a little bit of a newer Safari update as well. So you can see now the tab bar is at the bottom, so we can swipe up and pretty much get into a whole bunch of different things. You can still bring it back up if you want to, but I'm actually in love with this. As you can see, it's still glitchy, it's definitely not perfect, but it does a pretty decent job. You can add new tabs by swiping to the side right here, and I think it's really cool. Safari extensions are also added within iOS 15 as well, and those are the main updates. Now, should you go and install iOS 15 on an iPhone SE right now? To be honest, I probably wouldn't. Like I mentioned, this is the oldest iPhone that's supported, and even though I had a pretty good experience with it as a whole, you may not be, and you may be better off if you just stick with iOS 14 for now, and then within like a couple days, maybe if it's like, iOS 15.0.1 comes out or something, I would probably recommend installing that. But as of right now, you're probably better off sticking with iOS 14 and going to iOS 15 once it's like updated a little bit more. So that's pretty much it. If you guys have any other questions or anything like that, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.